everybody. I'm the Watchdog columnist for the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Let's go. The coolest thing happened to me the day after Thanksgiving. My son and I were in the Fort Worth Parade of Lights on the Star-Telegram float at Santa's office. We got mail from all the kids all over the world. It actually won the best parade float. And on TV, when they covered it, Karen Borda had to fill time, so she compared me to Santa Claus. We both get a lot of mail. I'm the Watchdog, and I love that. Me, Santa, Christmas, you know, and I'm Jewish, but what the heck. And I get about 75 letters a week. Those are the things that people write to me about, and every Sunday I spread all the stuff on the floor and I figure out what 2 columns I'm going to write that week. So about 50, 60 people get rejected, and it breaks my heart. But this is really important. This is what's going on in our society today. I can be the superhero and I can solve crimes, Watchdog man. I got this guy indicted a month ago, Hubert Burdick. People are looking for him right now. If you see him, he ripped off that elderly guy in Fort Worth for $19,000 on a fake foundation job. And I helped Mike Holmes launch his USA magazine last month on HTV guy. I wrote that story, How We Made It Right. Mike Holmes is a superhero, so I can solve everybody's problems just by being Joe Newspaperman, but I don't want to do that. I want to help everybody learn how to solve their own problems. I want to put myself out of business, and I needed to because I was having problems. That check is where I live. When the roofer came, he went to the wrong house, and he put the roof on the X house down the street. So I had to go out and hire a second roofer. The second roofer I hired, a guy named Sean Tatum, he was a mess. He used to take the checks that his customers gave him and cashed them at that gas station in Arlington. He filed bankruptcy, $600,000 in debts. He was convicted of theft and went to prison. I obviously have a problem hiring people. So I had to create a system that works for me, so I created Watchdog Nation. I go around and I teach people how to be superheroes in their own life now so that they don't need to write a newspaper columnist to solve their problems. And I'm going to show you right now for the rest of the time here how you solve your problems for the rest of your life. You're never going to get frauded by anybody. I do it because that was my old bank, First Empire Savings and Loan. They would call me on the phone and they would tell me when my checks were about to bounce so I could go in there. Today, your bank dances on your grave when you're about to bounce a check. They send you a mail letter like 4 days later, it's too late. When I go to the mailbox with my dog, I fear what's in there. Overdraft charges have been climbing and they keep going higher and higher. Last year, $50 billion was taken from Americans by banks and credit card companies in late fees and overdrafts. And you all know what I'm talking about. So Watchdog principle number 1, before you hire anybody, Google it. The word scam and the word ripoff. If I had done that here, I would have found out that this guy was a crook. I wouldn't have hired him, but I didn't. Now I learned my lesson. So you don't buy anything in this world right now without Googling it. You check out the refrigerator before you buy it at Best Buy. You check out the lawyer before you hire him. You check out the doctor before you hire her. This will save you from writing me most of the time because you'll look it up before rather than after. I create a power sheet when I call a company on the phone with a problem. I want the guy's name, employee ID, where he is, what he tells me. When I called Linksys wireless router and talked to a guy in New Delhi at 2 a.m., he told me his name was Elvis. The only Elvis in New Delhi. I told Elvis, I said, I want to let you know as a courtesy before I tell you my problem that I'm taping this call for customer quality control. It makes Elvis shake it up, okay? Now, let's go to Watchdog principle number 3. If you have a problem and you look it up on Google, you're going to find the one thing that the company doesn't want you to know about their point of vulnerability. And it's usually one of those 4 things. Sometimes it's all 4. You don't want to put your money there. Number 4 is my favorite. Ask a bunch of questions. You got to ask 2 more questions than you do on everything. We all know that at Starbucks you can get a Venti, a Grande, and a Tall. It's on the menu. But if you ask 2 more questions, what's the secret size cup at Starbucks? The Google box is going to tell you there's a short, and it's only $1.40. And if you ask, how do I drink free coffee at Starbucks? The Google box is going to tell you, you ask for the free sample or the free sample Frappuccino cup. This is what's wrong with America. Everything good is hidden under the counter, and unless you know to ask for it, you ain't getting it. But if you ask, you get it. When someone really screws you, you find their pressure point and squeeze. This is how I went after the home warranty company that wouldn't fix my refrigerator. I Googled who audited them, who licensed them, who permits them, who certifies them, and then I complained. Let's all raise our right hand. I'm going to swear you, and you've all been trained. I do solemnly swear, repeat after me, that as a new citizen of Watchdog Nation, I will preserve, protect, and defend the rights of myself, my family, and my friends against what President Bush called the evildoers. So now you are all official citizens of Watchdog Nation. Go out and protect yourself, take names, and kick ass. Thank you, Ignite Dallas. What a great night.